Hi friends, so I'm back with my new video. In today's session, we'll be learning how we can write a code in Golang to establish the connection with MongoDB. And we'll be structuring the whole session in these 5 steps. First, we'll be going on the MongoDB Atlas website. We'll be creating the account. Second would be we'll be creating the cluster. And then third would be we'll be creating the database. Fourth part, we'll actually be visiting 2 tutorials which is provided by MongoDB team, and we'll be referring to write a code. In last session, or I would say in last step, we'll be building the whole code and we'll be doing the testing that whether our integration is working fine or not. So let's visit to the MongoDB website. You can simply visit to MongoDB website and create an account. It is a 2 to 3 step process. Once you create your account, this is the panel where you will be landing, and here you will be able to see the initial project which you have created. And if you see that in under this project, one cluster is created, which we have got free of cost. It doesn't cost anything. And under that cluster project, we have created 2 users which we'll be using for establishing the connection. Team alert, as of now it is 0. So once you go inside your project, this is how the whole dashboard will look like. You will see the databases which you have created on the left panel: triggers, data lake, database access layer, network access. So database access layer, you can create the user ID on this particular option. So we'll be going inside the cluster to see that list of database which we have created. So going inside, this is the how it will look like. You will be able to see the list of primary, secondary nodes and metric, other information, and we'll be going inside the collection part. So once you click on the connection, you will be able to see the whole database is blank. So we'll be creating a new database. To create this, there is an option available. On the database name, I'll be writing TechCoding. In collection name, we'll be writing training, and click on create button. So once it is done, you will be able to see the database and the collection name. And so this part is done. Now let's go to 4th step, which is writing a code. So I actually have opened one of the blog mentioned on the MongoDB website. So they have mentioned the whole information in a very informative way, that what all things which is needed. So first thing, we need to define package as a main. So let's open in parallel the Visual Studio VS Code so that we can write the code in parallel. Okay, so first thing which they are saying that we need to define the package name, which is done. Next thing, they are saying that we need to mention the import. So this import part, my VS Code will able to handle. Then moving back to next part, they are saying that you need to define a main function, and under that main function you need to define all this information. So let's copy that and see what it is. Okay, so they're saying that first of all we need to mention the client. So this particular line will be able to help to establish the connection with the MongoDB. And this is the code for error handling. This particular line will be helping us to maintain the timeout configuration. That is, after 10 seconds, the time session will be closed. This will be for establishing the connection. In case there is an error, then this will be able to handle. And this is the code for writing a disconnection. That is the connection which we established. We are putting as deferred because we just want to make sure that all our processes are completed and then this code will be executed. Now moving back to the blog, what else they have mentioned? So now they are saying that in Atlas URL you need to mention something like this. So Atlas URL they are mentioning here, we need to append this information. And let's go back to the panel and identify that what information we need to put here. So if you see on this cluster page, this option is available, which is connect. Once you click on this information, you will get three options. First is connect via MongoDB shell. So you can select first option. If you want to connect with the application native drive, then this is second option you need to visit. Third, if you want to connect the database with some MongoDB GUI, then third option you need to select. So for us, second option we need to go ahead with. So we need to click on this information, and if you see that here the complete URL is mentioned. So let's copy that information and we'll be pasting here. So right now for the training purpose, I have created this user ID and password same, just to avoid the complexity. And you can define the username and password of your own choice. This is the cluster information. Now here I actually have created the database with the name TechCody. So I'll append that information. So this is done. Okay. We have mentioned this. Now let's go back to the blog and see what else we need to update. So this information, so what it's saying that this information, it will help to ping the connection which we have established. So let's copy that. Okay. Then this particular piece of code, what it would be doing, it would actually the connection which we have established, it will be calling the list database names. So with this function, what we would be getting is that list of database which has already been created on the collection. So let's do that. Copy this and paste. So this is done. Now let's see whether this piece of code is working or not. So let me clean my terminal. So session number 6, go run. So we have run this piece of code, and in return we got the response that these are the list of databases which is already created: TechCody, admin and local. So which means our integration is working absolutely fine and we are getting the list of databases in response. Now extend this function further by creating, or I would say performing the insert operation. So again, let's go back to blog again. So what they are saying that we need to define the struct. Okay, so we can copy that. In my previous video, I have explained that what is the purpose of the struct and why we defined it. So I have copied the struct from here and pasted. And then this is what they are saying, that we need to create a sample data which will be inserted in the database. We need to paste it inside the function, main function. And we are getting error because we have declared it but we are not using anywhere. So this will be resolved once we'll be using this in my subsequent code. Okay, so this is done. This much we already completed. Now we need to declare the database and the collection name. So we can copy these two lines from here and we can paste it here. So here we need to mention the name of the database. So we have defined the name as TechCodie, and here we need to mention the name of the collection. So collection name is training, and let's go back to this again. So this piece of code, they are saying we can perform the find function. So in case you want to perform a search query, you can use this information, and you under this body you need to provide the parameter basis on which search would be performed. And this is the code we are looking for, that we need to insert the data in database. So we already have copied this information, so we need to copy the rest of the code, and done. So what it would be doing, will be declaring this variable, and under this we'll be calling this particular database collection which we declared here. We'll be performing the insert operation, and in context we'll be providing the context and connection information plus the payload. So payload we already defined here, and this is for the error handling, and this will give the insert ID which we would be getting after record is created. So now this much is done. Let's run this code and see that whether it is working or not. So executed the code, and yes, it is giving the list of databases, and it has successfully inserted the record, and it has returned the object ID. So let's copy that object ID, or let's see, it's 5816. Let's go back to the panel and refresh the cluster. So it is retrieving the information. So we can see that database name, training, and inside this record is successfully created, and it is 5816. So object ID is also matching. So finally we are able to see the record in this section. So our end-to-end integration is working absolutely fine. And in next session I will be doing an integration, that is whatever the record we are getting from the RabbitMQ consumer, we'll be inserting the whole data in the MongoDB. Okay friends, thank you.